Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you now. I'm going to get right into it, and I will probably draw something for you at the end besides the read. And I went to a show with my sister today. I went to see Comedy of Tenors, and I'm in Philadelphia, so it was really the best show I've seen in a long time. The cast was just amazing. Like, not just one person, but like the whole cast was really good, and it was very, very entertaining. So we did that and had dinner downtown as well. So it was really nice. Getting into the Divine Masculine read. And by the way, all the license plates I was seeing on the way there and back, they all had 77s in them. One was 7711, but like 3 other 77 plates. And then I saw HMM 5888 and 6544. So the read for the masculine was done at 7:14, and the major arcana for the masculine were the Chariot, Karma, and the Hanging Man. And this is the Sirian Starseed deck as the main deck for the read. It was just 122, so the Fool and the Magician energies, but the Chariot is the Chariot, Karma is Judgment, and the Hanging Man is the Hanged Man. There were 2 cups, 3 swords, 2 pentacles, and 1 wand. The court cards were a Page of Swords. Page of Swords was the center of the read, and then the card I pulled after the read was the Knight of Wands, but those were the only court cards. The numbers and the codes were 11, 43, 23, 21, and 22 came up again too. And I came home on 22nd Street, so that's interesting, with the Fool coming up. The coding was all about forgiveness today. It was just 211. 11 is Justice, and 2 is the High Priestess. Okay, so Justice for the High Priestess, and all about forgiveness. The coding was the 43 came up, so that's the 3 of Cups, and the Chariot. The codes that came up online were all about the Chariot today. And Han came up again, for like Han Solo, and it was funny because part of the menu that I looked at tonight, one of the sections was called Solo. But also the Han Dynasty was coming up here for Han, so it wasn't just about Han Solo, it was about the Han Dynasty as well. So again, the 3 of Cups came up with 43, the Chariot, as well as Han and the Han Dynasty, but also Tex and Texas was coming up here, along with staying at 0 point, okay, and containing your energy and forgiveness, keeping your high vibration. Coming together, you might have also gone on a trip today, so it was definitely coming in with the Chariot, which is a bold move, whether it's traveling or moving or driving somewhere, okay, but it was about the Divine Masculine. Maybe reaching out, Divine Masculine could be in Texas, but also could be texting his Divine Feminine for forgiveness. So that's interesting. The codes that came up online were all about the Chariot definitions. The first one was Chariot Tarot card meaning, and this was from Biddy Tarot, was willpower, determination, and strength. The second heading was Chariot Wikipedia, which was 4 horse-drawn. So a chariot can be a 4 horse-drawn chariot, or it can be each alone. It can be just the chariot or the 4 horses. So because a 3-horse team would not be a chariot, it would be a triga or triga. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. And then the 2-horse would be a biga, or I assume it's biga or biga, or biga. But anyway, the next heading is spiritual meaning of the Chariot. The horse, the Chariot and the horse from BibleMeanings.info. And that was coming up from AC 2760 to 2762, as well as 3217. So the Chariot, it's the meaning from this site was doctrine of good and truth. So it was all about good and truth and memory and knowledges belonging to doctrinal things. All right, so the chariot, what is doctrinal, and the horse is what is intellectual. Another heading from Psychic Revelations was about the chariot, that there's a lot of energy involved, but it's very directed and goal-oriented. And I'm paraphrasing, obviously. I'm not saying word for word. Also from Keen.com came up about much light needed here and hope. That when a king comes up with the chariot, that you're about to gain possibly more control of the situation than you actually need. Another heading was that the chariot from, and this is from antiflow.com, the chariot calls travelers and adventurers to expand, to a journey to embark on. And then another was chariots in ancient China. So that's where the Han Dynasty came up. So Eastern Han was 25 to 220 CE, and Three Kingdoms period was the one following, 220 to 280 CE. There was a double shaft period predominant in the Han Dynasty period. This change was seen in many Han Dynasty stone carvings and ceramic tomb models. The more horses you had on the chariot, the higher your status was. Okay? So, in taking this into consideration about the chariot, we start off the read with the number 24, which is the Queen of Wands. And the underlying energy card is the Seven of Cups. So that's about different options. And this card, the Sirian Starseed, is about taking the steps that you need. So it could definitely be different step programs, like a 12-step program, but it's also taking the steps to ascension. Okay, what levels do you need to get past, to ascend? So in taking steps to ascension, the Queen of Swords, reversed, may be using silence in union to detox, and that now the worst is over. Or detoxing a sharp tongue, now the worst is over, and that could refer to the Knight of Wands, or the Queen of Wands, okay? So you have the Queen of Wands as the number here, and also the Queen of Swords reversed, so they could definitely be one and the same as the Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of Wands with a nasty tongue when she's pissed, or the Queen of Swords reversed as the Divine Feminine being silent. So now that the worst is over, though, now there's two flames showing that are coming out in the open. Destiny of bleeding out or schooled for feeling great pain or causing great pain by church, priest, God, or angels, or Taurus, Sagittarius. May have been kicked out of an institution or commitment, so a church may have kicked a Divine Masculine out, taking one step at a time in a marriage or divorce. Church has rules on how this will go. Bowing down to His Holiness with bare feet and crossed keys. Racetrack was coming up here as well. If they want the keys to heaven, they must go through Him. As angel walks off the beaten path, the church has left him injured and handicapped, with a woman who doesn't care about him. Moving to more peaceful waters, where the happy home is not, with over-isolation and rejection, or a spoiled brat perhaps, the image of happy parents and children playing is a dark lie. Okay, so the underlying energy was coming up as healing family issues, and it's now 7:57 in the reading here. Okay, and that's the Three of Swords. So Three of Swords energy was definitely coming up in the read today about the three-party situation, and that all parties get hurt in a three-party situation. So the healing family issues came up as the underlying energy with soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate just beneath that. So rescuing passionately in a shocking way perhaps, the Queen of Pentacles prisoner who may reject him. Crossing ankles and out on a limb in a green environment begging for mercy as she can't even look herself in the mirror. Okay, so this could be the Queen of Pentacles looking herself in the mirror, and she can't, or it could be literally her looking at her twin, which is herself in the mirror. So love comes up as underlying energy as well as manifestation below that. So the Divine Masculine manifesting love in his life. So dumping out love that was to start over openly. The Empress is out showing people her ring or her power. So the Empress, apply it to your situation, because the Empress can be anyone in the situation. It can be the it can be the mother of the masculine or mother-in-law. It can be the karmic, and it can be the divine feminine. So however it refers to, it could be a female boss as well. So holding back feelings and or communications and choosing a path of the lesser of two evils. Uninspired, acting like a child with tantrums, or actually a child with tantrums, behavioral issues, ADHD, or just too much energy. Okay, so this Empress could be a mother of the divine masculine who's being described this way, or it could be even his mother taking care of his children. So it could be a grandmother as well. Okay, or one is at the Y in the road, and should they choose a pen or a pencil? Which chess move to make before they blow their top or get screwed in the process. Okay, so this could be, like I said, a mother or a grandmother and a child, or acting like a child. So it's just 11-11. Okay, so either the karmic or the divine masculine's mother is acting like a child, or the karmic or the divine masculine's mother or her mother are taking care of one of his children right now, and this child's being difficult. The divine masculine is being a patient angel in a marriage with difficult children or kids, feeling mad or rejected, or just acting like spoiled brats, causing problems for everyone. Some dark energy has gotten into them. That's 1144. Okay. Divine masculine is taking steps per order of the church or established leader or teacher, that they're having trouble or causing trouble at school, or someone possibly got into a fight. And that can be a verbal fight at school, or a verbal fight or physical fight with a sibling at home. Okay, so it's open to all of those angles. Again, taking steps at home to detox a sharp tongue, using love as the divine masculine. He's really practicing his patience. Okay, so recently, in that energy is a karmic Leo with nasty words, being judgmental and out of control, maybe in a 12-step program at home, spilling wine on steps, or somebody tripped or fell on the stairs. But the divine masculine keeps emotions balanced, not wavering, in order to heal family issues. And on that card has to do with forgiving your parents. Okay, so possibly a divine masculine's mother. Maybe she's taking care of the kids and was drinking while she was taking care of the kids, all right, which would be very inappropriate. So the foundation is Trinity. So again, that could be mother, mother-in-law, or his karmic. Okay, so the foundation is Trinity, an institution of work, church, or creativity, or school, where a Taurus or teacher is very sad after a fight. Centrally, the Page of Swords, which is a message or news or small conversation, or a child, an air sign child, with upper hand out, like showing their upper hand, their higher vibration, but they're not disclosing what's really going on, not showing their face, but transforming destiny and fate by letting go of pain, by putting it all out there for all to see. The challenge for the masculine is the Chariot suddenly bursts forward to family gathering for justice or divorce, with King of Cups presiding, potentially exposing a Libra or facts that he learned around this justice, okay, about narcissistic hierophant or marriage, or sudden jealousy. So again, showing upper hand and hiding their lower energy side of stress and crying, which is 1411. So again, justice with temperance, the angels having patience and balance. Now in the head, or the crowning the masculine, are his kids and his twins, him and his twin. Okay, too depressed to wage war or apologize for refusing to see or pretending not to know in the past, waiting for his ship to come in, or just presently jumping for joy, free but uninspired. So the kids may be depressed about their social life, parties, or about their dad's third party, now dumping their burdens and confessing their sins. Okay, so this could have to do with the kids. It can have to do with twins between themselves as well. The King of Cups is in pain of betrayal by the justice system, protecting self from a narcissistic marriage by avoiding flirtation or potentially inappropriate behavior at work, harsh truth viewed by kids, the King of Pentacles suffering in silence, trying to ground and integrate the situation. Okay, so we have who are the players here? So we definitely have kids showing up here, but within the clarifiers, the King of Cups is definitely showing up here, and the King of, let's see here. I know, and the King of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Emperor's in there too, so it looks like a lot of family around. Could be the Divine Masculine's father, brothers, partners, friends, all right? Some kind of family meeting that looked like it was pulled together, or just a family party where something was going to be discussed. But the King of Pentacles is suffering in silence, trying to ground and integrate the whole situation. So the King of Cups often comes up as the father or the Emperor, so that could be his father or father-in-law or boss, grandfather, okay? So there's a hanging man at home. Soon there's a hanging man at home released. So someone might have been in prison even, for sure. Or maybe released from a rehab, that kind of thing. Now with an opportunity to split from unhappiness. So whether this is the father or the Divine Masculine, definitely the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups are most in play here, so I would think, but the King of Swords also comes up in what's around the Divine Masculine as the Divine Masculine for sure. So there could be 2 or 3 kings here and an Emperor, or the Emperor could just be one of those 3 kings coming up, okay? So the Scrooge, I'm trying to think if the, I don't think the King of Wands was here. I don't think the King of Wands was in the read, but there's definitely a lot of night energy as well running around there. Alright, so soon for the masculine is the hanging man at home released, now with an opportunity to split from unhappiness. Scrooge with a new passion to give to others in secret, or high priestess who shares equally. Too much chaos in his life with injured right knee potentially, and nobody cares about him, all right? So no one's been giving him attention. He is the diamond in the rough. This is the way he's seeing himself. The Emperor with third party through work, church, or creativity, or creative place, holding back his passions for his lover. The cards that came up for the masculine were to pay attention to the red flags, which is about your signs and synchronicities. Pay attention to your guidance. Free yourself. Take back control of your life. Finances and career affecting your love life, and then you deserve love. And then the arrow of this card was pointing right at the Divine Masculine. The arrow is pointed right at him. So around him is the Ace of Orbs, which is the Ace of Swords in this deck. The King of Swords with twin and or kids, crying a lot in secret, and he feels it. Yet she journeys on to let go of her battle wounds, leading the way with success. So he's seeing, he's tuning into what the Divine Feminine's feeling when he feels it, and also seeing how she overcomes it and still goes out and shares the information with others. So last night I did have a few tears after I went to bed, okay? So something came up for me to release. And it was definitely again about, oh, I know what it was. It was about the past life issue of the masculines always picking their families over the Divine Feminine, okay? So that was a wound to come up to clear. Clearing, and it could be the Divine Masculine doing this purge and kind of prompting your purge, okay? So clear blocks of being able to end the pain at night for the Queen of Pentacles or the Divine Feminine. Send love, because she will just heal herself, okay? Just like when the Feminine in the beginning would always try to heal the Masculine and help him along, it's really for them to help themselves along. They have to come into their own empowerment. So it's the same here, where now the Masculine wants to help the Divine Feminine heal. But again, it's her responsibility to heal herself, but he can certainly send her love because that really helps. But even better, to show up in the physical, okay? So there's also an energy you have to understand where when the Divine Feminine was trying to get the Masculine to wake up, the Divine Masculine was trying to get his karmic to wake up, okay? So there's always a mirror reflection of what's going on in the situation. So forgiveness comes up as the card for the masculine, but even more so, patience and leadership, to show his patience and leadership skills, which it looks like he's practicing that at home for sure. So the wounded warrior is coming out at the end, frustrated empress, as the divine masculine refuses to wake up for the feminine, or like I said, the karmic refuses to wake up for the masculine, or it even can be his mother. But someone's not refusing to wake up, and he's been trying to get them to wake up about certain things. The Queen of Cups is dropping her wounds, ending battle to forge ahead on journey, while he continues to hold back his passions. There's a romantic tie here with twin, maybe causing the karmic to drink or make potions behind his back, if someone does that. Okay, so the Knight of Wands, in his sovereignty, now looking at what he has with negative self-talk, holds on loosely now, ready to offer love. Okay, so he's kind of he looks like he's trying to figure out how to gain the courage, and it was 21-21, which is completion. Okay, we've been getting a lot of completions coming through, that the divine masculines are completing whatever they need to complete in this cycle, and figuring out how to love themselves so that they can love their divine feminine. Master, 21-44, right? Completion and mastering your emotions, your thoughts, your passions, and your manifestations. So on many different there's many different levels of union here for angels as far as their path in work or mission, okay? And new life in truth and triumph. Karma and judgment, final decision, news or message with a bold move to hang in pain in order to transmute it with the twin and the kids. So the masculine learning how to transmute his own pain, to go through it instead of trying to avoid it, and letting go of the wounds, ending inner and outer battles with himself, to forgive himself and others, be patient and lead the way. So he's practicing all this stuff at home with his kids, and then ride in passionately to save the day. Okay, there's definitely the Knight of Wands energy of rescuing someone came in today. So that was the read for the masculine. And let's see, I'll pull you a card from a traditional Rider-Waite. Let's see if there's anything else that needs to come up for you guys. Take a deep breath. Clear the line. Clear the line. Okay, so the Seven of Cups just fell out, upright. And the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles reversed, okay? Which is it could be about holding back your energy, waiting for a new start, trying to get some money together before a new start. And below that is the Ten of Swords reversed, which is perfect, because that means the worst is over, like the cycle's done, the pain cycle's done. There was an opportunity for him to end his pain, and he took it. So now he's just holding back. When he lost money and status, or was becoming greedy with money, he then found an opportunity to recover his finances, and then ended the worst of the pain, and now he's holding back his energy. Maybe he needs to play ball with somebody, like literally, or play ball as far as any contracts or agreements, settlements that need to be made, or court issues, finalizations of divorces, things like that. So there may be some of those things to finish up before it turns over for the new start. But again, this fell out, so this is about paying attention to your signs and synchronicities and your guides, okay, it's for what you need to know. And not to let go of your dreams. You always have options. And allow yourself that. But just pick only the ones. This is about how you teach yourself discernment, having multiple options, and then picking the one that's right for you, the one that resonates truly with your heart's desire, and what matches you, what makes you feel good. If something's making you feel bad, no matter what it is or who it is, that's not resonating with you, which means you need to there's some kind of discernment there you need to decide something about. Okay, so for the masculine, these 3 cards came up, and they're all reversed. Not so sure about that one. Okay, so we have the King of Swords reversed, the Emperor reversed, and the Four of Swords reversed. Alright, so that's not very nice energy. I mean, it could be, I mean, at best it's going to be that the Knight of Swords is just out of sorts and he's giving someone the silent treatment, or trying to let go of his ego, and he's having some negative self-talk. He may be up nights not sleeping well, but trying to rise above that. But at worst, it's going to be someone like way out of control and using very sharp words to hurt others, because they're up nights without sleep. The Emperor could be the Knight of Swords, or they can be 2 different people. My guess is it's probably, I mean, it can be just the Divine Masculine out of control. But when he's out of control, you know, that can be out of control in a bad way, but when out of control in a good way by losing their ego, he may then start to feel insecure when he's not using his ego, and then he goes into that negative self-talk. So that could be the situation as well, that he's trying to rise above, but he may not be sleeping well at night. And, you know, all this stuff going over and over and over in his head, so struggling a little bit. And it also could be that he's just in a big fight with the Emperor, and the King of Swords are in a big fight, a disagreement. It could be his father. They're on the outs and he can't sleep because of it. But saying to follow your signs and synchronicities. Okay? And play ball. Stand in your truth. You have all the tools that you need. Okay, I want to keep it short, you guys. Let me show you the pictures. So you have the whole read. This is the masculine. I'm going to show the picture of the union read from earlier too, just because I think I forgot again. I may not have, but I might have. Okay, so this is the masculine read. And I'm going to show you the feminine one, or not the feminine, but the union one as well. So this is the one that was earlier today. And otherwise, you know, just take care of yourselves. Make sure you get rest, eat right, drink your water, ground yourself, get outside, okay? Rise and be loved, you guys. Be good.